Good morning, everyone. This is As Mohammad Khan, and I welcome you in today's segment. In today's segment, student, we will discuss about the muscles that are involved in breathing. As I have taught you that the lungs does not have the muscles. So, which particular part of our body help in the breathing? Because breathing also need the force, student, and that force is provided with the help of muscles. Lungs does not have the muscles, but they do the respiration, or they help us in respiration with the help of other muscles, and these muscles are known as intercostal muscles, and these intercostal muscles are found around the ribs, student, around the ribs. As you know that our lungs are situated in thoracic cavity, and that thoracic cavity is covered by the rib cage. There are 12 pairs of the ribs are found around our lungs, and these ribs also have the muscles, and those muscles are known as intercostal muscles. There are two types of intercostal muscles are found around the lungs. Like I have drawn one diagram here, student. These are the ribs, and around the ribs there are the muscles. This is the muscle, that is external intercostal muscle. This is also muscle, that is known as internal intercostal muscles. So there are the two type of muscles are attached with the ribs, and due to the contraction and the relaxation of those muscles, we do the breathing. Or with this, there is muscular sheath is also found at the abdomen cavity. Just above that muscular sheath, lungs are found, and that muscular sheath is known as, student, diaphragm. So we can say that there are the three muscles: external intercostal muscles, internal intercostal muscles, and diaphragm help us in breathing. So you will learn it. Now what happens, student? Due to the contraction of the diaphragm, the intercostal muscles are also contracted, and due to that, what we have the air, and that process is known as inspiration, student. Just opposite of it, when the diaphragm is relaxed, student, then what happens? Then due to that relaxation of the diaphragm, these intercostal muscles are also relaxed, and what we do the expiration. And inspiration and expiration together is known as breathing, student. Now in this, due to the inspiration or expiration, we have the different volume or the capacity inside our lungs. So today we will also discuss about them. Like the first volume that we have, that is known as tidal volume. Now what is the tidal volume? During the normal respiration, student, the inspiration and expiration together, we have one volume in our lungs, and that volume during normal respiration is known as tidal volume of the lungs. Now in a healthy person, the tidal volume is around 6000 ml. 6000 ml per minute. It is the tidal volume, student. It is found in the healthy person. Healthy person should have 6000 ml tidal volume. Now next is inspiratory volume. During the forcible inspiration, the volume that we have, it is known as inspiratory volume, and we represent it with the help of IRV. Now what is the inspiratory volume of a healthy person? It is around 2500 to 3000 ml student. 2500 means during the inspiration, like this is the diagram of inspiration student, in which the air is entering. So in this case the volume of a healthy lung should be 2500 to 3000 ml. Next is expiratory volume student, means when we exhale the air from our lungs, that is known as expiration, and the volume that is found inside the lungs at that time, that is known as expiratory volume. So the forcible expiratory volume should be 1000 to 1100 ml student, means it should be 1000 to 1100 ml. So it is about the expiratory volume, and expiratory volume is represented by ERV, means during the expiration the lungs have the air in it, and that volume is known as ERV. Next is residual volume student, means when during the respiration, when air is exhaled and the air that is found after the expiration, that volume is known as residual volume student. And what should be residual volume? Should be found in a healthy person, it is 1100 ml to 1200 ml student, and we represent it with the help of RV. RV for the residual volume means the remaining air inside the lungs after inspiration or expiration. That volume is known as volume of air is known as residual volume. Now we come on the inspiration capacity. Inspiration capacity student, it includes tidal volume and inspiratory volume, means tidal volume and inspiratory volume together is known as inspiration capacity. Like this, expiratory capacity means tidal volume and the expiratory volume together is known as expiratory capacity student. What we call them? Expiratory capacity. Next is functional residual capacity student, means functional residual capacity means expiratory volume with residual volume. Expiratory volume means the air that is expired, that with residual volume is known as functional residual capacity. Next is the most important term student, that is known as vital capacity. Now what is the vital capacity? Vital capacity means student tidal volume, inspiratory volume and expiratory volume together is known as vital capacity, means the capacity of the lung in which the air is found as tidal, inspiratory and expiratory volume inside our lungs, and that volume of the air determines the vital capacity. So what is the formula that you can learn? ERV plus IRV plus TV together is known as vital capacity. So it is about the volume and capacity of the lungs and the mechanism of breathing in which the three muscles help us. First is external intercostal muscles, internal intercostal muscles, third is diaphragm. These three muscles help us in breathing. And how many pair of the ribs are found around the lungs, student? There are 12 pairs. So this you will learn and you will try to do this topic in your notebook. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.